everybody. What's up? Welcome back to Warhammer Painting. Today we got special guest Nixxiom.
What's up? It's me, Nixxiom.
Yeah.
That's right.
So he said when he visited, he wanted to paint some Warhammer. And I was like, you know what? I need more Warhammer Krendor content.
That's right.
And I'm only like 100 subs away from 5K.
That's right. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah, dude.
And so I was like, let's just do some painting.
Let's do some painting.
So
I'm painting a Necron because
Yeah.
Krendor doesn't like 40k that much. He likes fantasy. So I was like, oh, you got like any like Necrons or Space Marines that you've built that I can paint? And he was like, yeah. And so that's exactly what he said. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm painting this little Necron guy, and then he is painting. Did you even choose anything?
Yeah, I was gonna. Well, I have all my guys I've been doing here, but I wanted to paint my paint more of my Battletome that I've already been doing. But like, I got a bunch of white spots on here that need to get painted, and like this guy's painted, and this guy get painted, and this guy get painted.
Yours is a bit bigger than mine.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
All right. Let me show the Necron real quick.
Yeah,
there he is.
Yeah, he is. He's got like a gun.
I actually built him on this channel, so people should know what he looks
Not really.
like. Yeah.
His foot isn't glued down. Look.
Yeah, it's actually push fit, so you don't glue anything with it.
What the shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right. Shall we begin?
Yeah. So let's begin. So let's see. I'm gonna start with a.
Wait.
Yeah.
While you play with your things over there.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm like kind of new to Warhammer painting.
Right.
So he's gonna like teach me.
Oh yeah.
And like if my Necron turns out bad, it's his fault.
Yes.
Yeah. Not
So,
my fault.
You have painted before though, so that's good.
Yeah. I mean, you know.
You've dabbled in the art.
I've dabbled. I think I'll be all right.
So
I've got three colors. I've got moot green,
yeah,
gray night steel,
yeah,
and I've got iron hand steel. So
Yeah.
that way you can follow along at home.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like reading Rainbow.
I want to see how this turns out.
It's gonna turn out good.
So, all right. So the way you work is, let's see, what's the color I want to use? Just
Yeah. What are you?
I'm gonna have to use this Retributor armor because it's like literally all my lizard men have it.
Okay.
So I shake the paint up, get that ASMR. There you go.
Okay.
Then you open it up.
Okay.
There you go.
Wow.
Yep.
Look
And
at
then
that guy.
usually I want to wet the brush a little bit
Okay.
and dry it off. Yep.
I feel like scared because I'm not on the green thing there.
No, that's whatever. I don't care about this table.
Okay.
All
All right.
I actually spilled oil. Or it's not oil, but I spilled my shade paint on it.
Let me get this like napkin over here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna put it like. Okay.
We want to like dry it off. Like, you know, there you go.
All right.
And then I got a little bit, like maybe this much.
Okay.
And I just put it like right there. And then if I'm like, maybe a little more. Just a little more.
Okay. Let me try.
Yeah.
All right.
Not close.
Wow.
Say I get a little more than that.
A little more.
A little more.
Okay.
All right. So these paints are already pretty thick, so you don't really even need to like a little dap of water, like not even that much, because they're already very, very thin paint. Or did I say thick? I meant thin.
Yeah.
These paints are already really thin, so you don't need a lot of water.
Okay, so we mix it up.
Yep.
And then we apply.
And then we apply it. Usually I'll like do a little like make a little line, just be like, all right, looks good.
Okay.
And then I'll be like, I want this guy's sword to be gold.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah. And then you just keep applying it.
Oh.
And if it looks good how you're applying it, you did a good job.
It does look good. I think I did a good job. How many coats do you usually put on your models?
I usually do 2 coats. You want 2 thin coats. That's the standard.
All right. Excellent.
Sometimes I do 1 and then I forget to do the second, and I'm like, Shizaki mushrooms. And then, then I do the second. I got shiitake mushrooms.
What?
Shiitake mushrooms.
What about them? You don't like them?
I actually like shiitake mushrooms a lot.
I don't eat mushrooms.
Oh. But you know about mushrooms, don't you? Like
Yeah.
out in the wild?
Yeah, I know a little bit about mushrooms on the wild. I know, like, don't mess with them if you don't know what it is.
Yeah. But I feel like that's anything.
Yeah, I know about, I know, for example, if you ever find a mushroom out in the woods, it's a very common mushroom. It's called a fly eglac, fly something. It's a red mushroom with white dots. It's very common. I don't know about up here. I'm in the north right now, but down where I'm from, in the south of North Carolina, you see them everywhere. And if you eat them, they're poisonous. But they're not like super poisonous. I mean, they won't kill you unless you eat like a lot of them. What they will do is you will get really, really high.
Oh.
But it's like poisonous high. So it's like not a good high. It's like, I'm dying, but I'm high.
That sounds not fun.
Yeah. Well, maybe some people it's fun, but I don't understand.
Are there people like actually you're like, I want some of those mushrooms?
Man, I don't know. I don't do mushrooms.
I've never done a mushroom either, and I don't want to.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, I've never messed with that personally.
It's probably some guy though. It's just like, I take mushrooms, paint Warhammer every day.
I love mushrooms. My friend Tate, he took a bunch of mushrooms one time, and then he met Bigfoot out in the woods of California.
What happened?
He said that him and his friend called him one day, and he was like, "Hey, do you want to eat a bunch of mushrooms and like go and get lost out in the California redwoods like 2 o'clock in the morning?" He's like, "Yeah." So he went to his friend's place. He's a hitchhiker, by the way, for those who don't know. Went to his friend's place, ate a bunch of mushrooms, got really high, and they were like, "Wow." And then they went to the redwoods, and they said that they were walking in, and these 2 homeless guys walked out of the woods suddenly, and they were like, "Be careful out there, man. Bigfoot's out there. Bigfoot's out there." And apparently one of the homeless men put a knife to Tate's throat and said, "He'll get you. He'll get you just like I'll get you if you're not careful." Tate was like, "All right." And so,
Oh my god.
so they were like, "Okay." So they went out in the woods, and they like ran around out there. Tate said he might have taken his clothes off at one point, but that's cool.
All right.
And then they said that they ran into Bigfoot, and he was like this really big, like 9 foot tall, like hairy gorilla thing. And they were like, "Whoa!" And Bigfoot was like, "You should not be here." And they're like, "We're sorry. We didn't mean to intrude." And he was like, "I will forgive you if you give me weed." And so they gave him weed, and they smoked weed with Bigfoot. And then that was it. And then Tate said he woke up the next day in the middle of the woods, and he had been attacked by like ants.
Huh. Do you think Bigfoot sent those ants after him?
Maybe. Or it might have just been the good Lord punishing him. Like, what the heck is wrong with you, dude?
Huh.
Yeah. Have you ever met Bigfoot?
I have not met Bigfoot, but yet. But I was listening to Coast AM one time, because there's a point where we were listening to it, because we were like, dude, this show's crazy. Because people would call in and be like, "George, I saw Bigfoot." And one time a guy called in and he's like, "I went out to see Bigfoot, and he met me and he introduced me to his family, a bunch of big feet, and they were like, 'Your cameras won't work here.' And my camera didn't work, and then he was like, 'Do you want to stay here or go home?' And I said, 'I don't care.' And so they dropped me off in the middle of the woods, and I was like, huh.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm from North Carolina, so I'm like right in Bigfoot country. And I go camping out in a national forest called Yawari. And Yawari is like a big, like, Bigfoot stomping ground. And I go solo camping out there all the time, which is by myself. And oh yeah, you hear some things out in the woods, man. There's some scary things out in the forest. Things that the human mind does not accept, does not wish to be real.
Like lizard men.
Yeah. Hey, what do you usually talk about while you paint? You just like talk about like your feelings or something?
I always talk about anything.
Alright.
So I'll just be like, man, I like fall.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like the leaves coming down, all the Halloween decorations in the stores.
Yeah. It's
Everything's
great.
like, you get the pumpkin spiced lattes that you don't actually buy.
I usually get one.
Do you?
Yeah, I like tasting it, and then I'm like, nice. And then I never get another one. So usually after I drink it, it makes me want coffee.
I see. There's a coffee shop near my house, and they have s'mores flavored mochas now.
Wow,
for, like, the holiday season. So I was like, ooh. So I ordered one, and I was really excited because I eat s'mores all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't taste like s'mores. It tasted like it was trying to be s'mores, but it wasn't.
It's like a lot of fake foods where they're like, this tastes like, I don't know,
Cherries.
cherry, and then you're like, tastes like fake cherry.
Yeah. It's like not cherry.
Yeah.
My not favorite flavor.
It's like, it's the same with popsicles. I love popsicles.
Do you?
I went on a big popsicle kick, so I was like, I haven't had a popsicle since I was a kid. And then we bought like a bunch of popsicles, and I was like, I really like these. But now it's getting cold, so I'm like, I don't really want popsicles anymore.
Dude, back in the day when I was like starting out on YouTube and I was like growing my channel, I had this ritual that I did all the time. By the way, so I'm Nixxiom. I'm another like YouTube guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
You've made made like Warhammer videos too.
I've made Warhammer videos. That's right.
Yeah.
And I actually featured some of your Warhammer Krendor content in the videos.
Wow.
With permission.
Yeah.
That's right. But anyway, what was I talking about?
Popsicles, and then
Oh yeah. Okay, so when I was like growing my YouTube channel, like originally, I was like, I had this ritual where I would like, I was still living at home with my mom at the time and my grandma, and what I did is I would just work at night while they were sleeping. That way I could just edit and do voice acting and wouldn't be bothered. Okay. So every night I would wake up at like 11 p.m. or so, and I'd be like, all right, it's time. And I would drive to my local grocery store that's open 24 hours, and I would get myself a Lunchables pizza. And like, it all started like, just like you said, I was walking through Harris Teeter, and I was like, man, I haven't had a Lunchable since I was a kid. I'm gonna get me a Lunchables. So I got one, and I was like, this is good. And I just kept getting more and more. And I started getting fat. And I was like, I gotta stop. And so I stopped. The end.
That's a cool story.
Thank you. Your story was cool too.
Thanks.
You have the coolest stories.
That's what everybody says.
Big feet and Lunchables.
And seasons.
Seasons.
How did you get into Warhammer? That's probably a good topic.
I talked about it in a video on my channel, but just a quick recap. Long story short, when I was a kid, I had a friend, and his name was Alan Schmidt, and he was my friend in middle school, and he invited me over to his house to like go, spend the night, blah blah blah, hang out, watch Lord of the Rings, all that good stuff. And one day I was over there, and in the morning, I think it was, or at some point, I don't know, but he like got like some Warhammer stuff in the mail. Like his mom had actually bought him Warhammer figurines. I was like, wow, you guys must be rich.
They probably were.
They actually kind of were. So anyway, so I got like these Warhammer things, and he was like, wow, like, yeah, it's Warhammer. It's like this game, and you like make the guys and like blah blah blah. I was like, cool. So he got some what are they called? Not Zerglings. That's from Blizzard. The Tyranids. Tyranids, yeah. He got some Tyranids, and he assembled like a few, or we did together, and then he let me paint one. And I was like, wow. So I painted it, and I was like, that was kind of cool, but I would never like buy this stuff. It's way too expensive. I was like in middle school at the time, so everything was expensive to me.
Oh yeah.
My parents weren't going to buy me this, or they weren't going to buy me this stuff.
Yeah.
So that was pretty much it for the longest time. And then at some point in the future, I kind of got introduced to like some of the Warhammer games and the aesthetic of 40K. And I liked it, big Space Marines and stuff. So I bought like a pack and I painted like a guy or two.
Mm-hmm.
It was alright. And then that was that for a bit, and then I didn't do anything for a while until I started talking to Krendor more and more about Warhammer, and I think I don't know, something, I'm kind of having a brain fart, but something else happened, and I was like, yeah, Warhammer.
Oh, you played a Total
War. Yeah, it was Total War. I played Total War 2. I played as the Skaven, and I was like, cool, and then I was talking to you about it, and then you were like, yeah, Warhammer's great, and then I went out and bought some Skaven, and I started painting Skaven, and it turned out really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved my Skaven.
It's one of those things where it's just like, I always say, a chill hobby, where you can like put on music, or you can, you know, do whatever you want. You can watch a stream, you can watch a YouTube video, you can, you know, have a glass of wine, you can do whatever, and you just chill out and paint.
It's very meditative.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just kind of, just chill, like you said.
Yeah. And it teaches you kind of how to focus, and so you're not always, your brain's not constantly wandering. You're just kind of focusing on painting little details and being like, what do I want to paint this thing? Or like, do I want to change this color? Or it gives you that creativity.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Makes you feel like you're creating something.
Yeah.
Putting a little bit of personality into all your little guys that you're painting and maybe naming them.
Yeah. I like that. It reminds me of Blood Bowl. Where like I'll name a guy and then you get attached to him and then they die. But these guys don't die.
Name them and then they get attached and they die. It reminds me of those like movies where it's like the kids and they like name the farm animal and dad's like, don't name the cow. And the kids are like, why? It's like, you'll find out soon enough. You know, one day Bessie just ain't out in the field no more. And the children get exposed to life.
But now we have delicious steaks.
Exactly. It's like, oh, cool. Bessie? Dude, when I was in Africa and I was doing like mission work out there like forever ago, dude, I befriended a chicken with my friend David. I think we called him like Mr. Cluckles or something. Mr. Clucks. Like, I don't remember. It was like some chicken name.
Yeah.
And so like we befriended this chicken. And I remember one day we had like chicken for dinner, and like the next day we never saw Mr. Chuckles or whatever. Mr. Cuckles or whatever. I was like, where is he? And I asked the people, I was like, where's the chicken? They're like, oh, we had him for dinner last night. And I was like, oh yeah.
At least he tasted good.
Yeah, he didn't. He was burned.
Oh.
They burned him. I was like, oh.
Isn't that such a weird thing where it's like...
When you eat your friends?
You eat your friends, but then you like overcook them and they're not even good.
Such a weird thing, man. Like, I hate when that happens. I'm just hanging out with my bros and I start eating them, but I overcooked them a little bit.
Oh my god, I should have used the lemon vinaigrette.
Yeah.
This is the worst.
Do you do a lot of cooking by chance?
I used to not, and now we do a lot of cooking, yeah.
When are you going to make cooking with Krendor?
A lot of people ask that, 'cause they're like, we want more cooking with Krendor. And I was like, get ready, it's going on Patreon. And then I didn't put it on Patreon, and I didn't put it anywhere. But now...
You're a true YouTuber. It's coming. It's coming. I promise.
I promise.
Yep.
Soon, TM.
10 years later. It's coming. I promise.
That's the thing. It's like, it could be. It's like how I'd tell people BFA in a minute. It's coming. And you know what? It took a while.
But it came.
It did.
That's right.
And then, man, WoW videos.
Yeah, dude. I made a WoW show recently. People loved it.
Nice.
They're like, this is amazing, Nixxiom. I was like, thanks. And I got age restricted by YouTube.
Oh.
Because apparently you can't show two characters banging in a video without it getting age restricted. Who would have thought?
Wasn't it? It was like animated though, wasn't it?
Yeah. People are asking for the uncensored version. I'm not gonna give that.
It's a good idea.
Maybe I'll post it. I'll post it on Patreon.
Yeah, post it on Patreon.
Oh my god, genius.
This is genius.
Wow, this is why we have these conversations.
It is.
These amazing business strategies. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like uncensored animations on Patreon.
It's kind of, or your OnlyFans.
Dude, I was gonna make an OnlyFans account, but like for my dog.
Oh yeah.
It would just be like my dog like playing like with a ball or like a frisbee or something, and that's it. You pay like $50 a month to see my puppy, just like being a puppy.
isn't is OnlyFans just like Patreon, but like, you know.
But
You know.
yeah.
That's how I viewed it. I was like, this feels like Patreon. 'Cause I think Patreon like removed the ability for those things.
Yeah, you can't be like a
Yeah.
do those things on Patreon.
A Warhammer painter.
You can't be a Warhammer painter. That's not what I was thinking, but sure, we'll go with that.
No.
Dude, man, you can make some bank like on Patreon or support websites by like, yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I won't.
Yeah, I won't do that either. I don't think people would pay to like see us, you know.
No, I don't think so either.
Maybe they would.
There's always someone, but
Also, what would your dad think?
it's a great question. What would I think?
Yeah, what would I think of you?
What am I doing with my life?
What about Krendor? What are you doing?
I needed more lizard men.
I needed more lizard men, I'm sorry. I was desperate. Starving. That's crazy.
Where's he coming?
Hey, dude, he's coming, man. He's looking all nice and silver. He's
Oh,
looking
yeah.
he's looking like the Terminator.
He is.
Yeah, dude.
I
how
like it.
We're sharing a palette.
Oh yeah, it's true. We are.
It makes me happy.
There's enough palette-y things. Some people are like, use the wet palette, but like,
Man, you use a wet palette.
they probably do. Yeah.
Use a wet palette.
It makes it so the paint doesn't dry out as fast, but I'm like, I don't know. I take forever to use my paints anyway, so I don't really care.
Dude, listen. I'm sure that some, like, Bigglethorpe was watching Michelangelo one day, and he was like, use the whatever sculpting tool or something, or use the whatever paint while you're doing the Sistine Chapel. And Michelangelo was like, no. That's how I am. Do not rush me.
Hey, you just gotta do your own thing.
Yeah, you gotta express yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? Sometimes you want to use a wet palette, sometimes you don't want to use a wet palette. Sometimes you're just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many, like, painting with Krendors have you done with other people aside from me?
I think it's just Jesse.
Just with Jesse?
Yeah.
Cool.
And he built Slambo. It was
yeah. I've heard of Slambo.
Yeah, he was like a chaos, a meme chaos guy.
Yeah.
I don't even think they make him anymore. Like, you can't even play with him anymore. I don't even know.
Slambo.
Yeah. But he actually did great. It looked good.
Nice.
Let's see here.
Made you proud.
Yeah.
So how many models would you say you have completed in terms of painting?
Not enough.
But if you had to guess the number, it's because I mean I see a couple around right now, looking around the room, but maybe
I'd say actually completed probably like, whew,
like 100%. You're like, I'm done. I'm never touching this again.
maybe like 3.
Only 3, really?
Yeah,
Like
even
all those and stuff. You're like, no.
yeah, I got like a shelf full of them, but like even a lot of those, I'm like, I could still do some stuff. Well, some of them are actually alright. Maybe like 6 or 7.
Okay.
Yeah, but like I'm trying to finish these guys, these Saurus Warriors, because these were my first guys I ever built to get back into the Warhammer hobby.
Okay.
And so I feel like I deserve, or I owe it to them to complete them.
Yeah.
So I'm like, these are my first guys.
Yeah.
So I'm like slowly but surely working my way to be done with them. So like, I think the best way to do it is like what I'm doing now, where I'm like, I'm just gonna paint a couple of their swords and whatever, and then I'm like, all right, and then I come back to them like a few days later, and then I'm like, I'm gonna work on this guy. It's fun to like be able to hop around.
Yeah, I'm kind of like you. I have like the Skaven that I bought. I painted like 5 of them or so. It was like a pack of 16 or something, I believe. They're plague monks, for those that know what those are. So I painted like 5 of them or so. And I haven't like really touched Warhammer recently, because I've just been doing other things. This is actually my first time painting in a hot minute. I'm kind of glad that by being up here, I'm kind of being forced to paint again.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, oh man, like I gotta get back to my Skaven.
No, I do the same thing. So I'll be like, I get busy, and then I stop painting, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna paint something, and I'm like, I like painting.
Yeah, and you kind of get back into the mood.
Yeah. So you definitely gotta just get in a mood.
I hear ya.
So now, doing a little mixing.
Alright. Yeah, I'm just applying this like second coat to the guy.
Nice.
And then once I'm done with that, I'm gonna start my highlight work.
So it's always fun too, because like you can experiment. So I'm like, I want to use this screaming bell, but I kind of want it to have more of a gold tint, so I just mix it with the gold. And I'm like, nice, here we go.
Here we go.
Spread it on. And then if I don't like it or something, like, I don't know, I can always
Paint over it.
Yeah. Or I can give it like some gold highlights or dry brush it or something.
So how often do you actually like play the game with other people? Like, I know Corona is kind of like the thing right now. But
Oh yeah. I used to play probably like 1 or 2 games a week.
Really?
Yeah, I'd play a lot.
Were you good?
Yeah, I'd say I won like more than half my games.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
As the Lizard Men?
Played maybe like a good chunk of my games as the Lizard Men, but I also had Orcs and Beast of Chaos.
Okay.
But it was really fun. I never played 40K, but I'm glad because now they came up with a new rule set.
Yeah.
So I can just learn that, and I'll be like, cool. But I'd go to my local game store, and I just knew a bunch of people there, and it'd be cool because then like I would know I'd play against some people, and I'd be like, you would kind of play enough people to where you knew who you were better than and who you were worse than or who you were even with. And so I was always even with this one dude named Zach, and every time he'd come in I'd be like, yo, you want to play? And he'd be like, yeah. And then we'd just play in like an hour and a half because we'd like go fast and be like, all right, let's go. And then we would like split 50-50. We played probably like 10 games. I think we went 50-50.
Nice.
But we'd always be competitive because some people I'd play and they might be new or like they're just, you know, maybe like bronze in League of Legends. And just kind of steamroll them and be like, hey, good game. But, you know, it's still like a fun game. And I'd be like, ooh, I'd do like crazier stuff, or I'm like, I'm just gonna use like 3 slams this game and like go all out. But otherwise, it's pretty fun. Or I'd play really good people. Or not, there wasn't like a lot, but like a couple people I played and they just stomp you, and I'm like, okay. But I'd say overall I probably won maybe like 60 to 70% of my games. And I probably played like 30 games maybe. Played a lot.
Just opened up the exact same thing of paint. Didn't realize. I was like, wait, is this the same paint I was just using?
The most fun part about it's just rolling the dice.
Yeah.
That's
I've never played a game before. I don't even know how to play. If we had more time, you could like teach me how.
Yeah.
But maybe next time.
Yeah. I mean, it's not, well, it takes a bit to learn, but the basics are kind of easy to get down.
Yeah, this is what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it usually takes like a couple games to really get the grasp of what you're doing. And like learn all the rules and learn all your units, which is why it's hard as a new player, because you'll be like, okay, I got my Saurus Warriors and then my Temple Guard and my Bastiladons and this thing, and then you're like, all right, it's your turn, and you're like, all right, step 1. And you like look through and you're like, magic phase or hero phase, which is like the magic phase, and they're just like, I can cast spells. Okay, what spells do I have?
Yeah.
All right, that, so like sometimes you have to be like, I'm playing against a new player or something to like let them know, or like, anybody want to play like against the new guy, and they'll be like, oh yeah, so like be more patient, take your time. Well, if I'm playing somebody I've already played, I'm just like, yo, let's go, and I'm like, I cast this, I do that, because it's like you do it every time anyway.
Yeah.
So you get used to it, so you can play faster. But
I hear you.
yeah, it's just a fun thing to do, and you get that. I get my competitive filling of the week. Like I get to play against someone, and it's not League of Legends where I'm like my team's yelling at me, and I get to see a real person.
Are you a rager in League of Legends?
A little bit. I'm the creative rager.
What the hell does that mean?
So, if anyone watching's watched me play League of Legends, you'll know what I'm talking about. But essentially, what I do is I started by calling people nerds.
Okay.
Back in the day. And they'd get really mad, and they'd be like, "What's wrong with being a nerd?" I'd be like, "Nothing. I never said there's anything wrong with being a nerd."
Nerd.
And then they'd get really mad, and I'd be like, "Nerd, yeah." And I got chat banned for doing that.
What?
Yeah, 'cause enough people got mad. And then I moved on to like creative insults, like this guy opens bags of chips with scissors, or this guy pulls his pants down to his ankles at the urinal, or my favorite was this guy goes to Denny's and orders a Grand Slam breakfast, and it comes out a ground rule double. And so
What?
yeah.
Okay.
And then that kind of evolved recently. So then I was like, I hope you go to Denny's and order a Grand Slam, it comes out a ground rule double and it's cold. And then I was like, I hope you get a Grand Slam breakfast from Denny's and the waiter spits in it. And then I evolved really mad into, I hope your wife orders a Grand Slam at Denny's, or I'm gonna spit in your wife's Grand Slam at Denny's. That's where we're at now. But I feel like I've overused that one, so now it's about to evolve into another ground rule double. But I think I need to get away from the Denny's. But people love it. And I love it.
You see, when I extreme, and I get angry, I'm not that creative with my insults. I find that the less creative I am, the better the effect is. Like I'll tell a dude, I'll just be like, "Shut up, fat."
Shut up, fat.
And they're like, like,
What'd you...
"Shut up, fat." I get angry, you know. But you're fat. I'm like, yeah.
Shut up, dumb.
Now you're thinking.
I get it. I understand.
Shut up, dumb. Or just my favorite, shut up, idiot. Someone will be like, "Hey, you should like playing League. It's like, hey, you should like head top and like gank top. I'd really appreciate it, teammate. Shut up, idiot."
I see. I got you.
Yeah. You know, I'm adding color to the place, to the game world.
My favorite is that when I say these insults, they're just left in confusion.
Yeah.
And so they're like, wait, what did you just say to me? I've had a number of people just be like, what? And I'm like, you heard me.
You heard me. Did I stutter?
But in real life, when you play, I never do that. I'm just like, oh man, you know, because it's real life and everybody's like normal.
Beat up.
Cool, and you don't have a Yasuo mid lane. It's like a 14-year-old raging kid.
Yeah. It's interesting. Like, when I was a kid, I was a 14-year-old raging kid. And then I became an adult, or I got older, and I was like, I'm not going to be a 14-year-old raging kid anymore, because I'm a grown-up. And then I actually became a grown-up, and now I act like a 14-year-old raging kid on the internet. Because I'm like, I don't care.
It's like the entire WoW community.
Yeah. And I came full circle. It feels good.
Man.
Yeah.
The internet. Ooh. It's coming along good. Sometimes I'm just like, I'll paint this and I'm like, I didn't get the things, and I'm like, I got some on the thing. There we go. Yeah. There we go. You stopped playing Total War stuff as much then?
Yeah, I haven't been playing too much recently. I've been playing, I recently got a computer upgrade, and I was playing a lot of Mountain Blade Bannerlord.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I was having a lot of fun with that, and I completely burned myself out on it.
Hmm.
Game definitely still needs a lot of work, but
Yeah.
it's still a lot of fun. But yeah, so I played a lot of Bannerlord, and then lately I've been playing. I played a little bit of League of Legends over on my stream recently, and that was nice.
Ooh.
And then I played. What have I mostly? I've been playing Vermintide 2 recently.
Oh.
Yeah, people really like my Vermintide streams.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Like, wow, because you get to like, the chat gets to like interact with the game and stuff.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm. So people really like that. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
So that's been my thing recently.
Nice.
Yeah.
My problem with League is that I can only play it with certain people, because I'll actually like get mad at them.
Yeah, you've
So,
never played League with me.
Yeah, it's like,
I keep asking him. I'm like, let's go. And he's like, no.
well,
Oh.
I'm currently in Plat, and so
And?
I've played like with other friends that are like various ranks, like there's like gold and silver and bronze, or just like brand new players. And
I'm level 12.
all right, so more of a brand new player.
Well, I mean, I played League competitively, like back in the day. Like I even did like local tournaments and stuff.
Oh.
Like me and my friends, we had like a whole team, and we played. And I played Cassiopeia a lot. Like I stopped playing back when Cassiopeia came out.
I see.
I played her as a main for a bit in like some tournaments around where I lived at the time.
Mm.
And then I also played Nunu as a carry. Back
Oh
then.
yeah.
Yeah, and when no one was like what? Nunu is a carry? Like that was always a surprise. I'm like, yeah, dude. You know, so I'd always surprise them with like my crazy like murderous Nunu gameplay. And then let's see what else. Yeah, so I played for a while, and then I moved to Dota 2 because I was dating a lady friend at the time, and I was like, yeah, I play League, and she was like, oh, do you want to talk about it? I was like, what do you mean? She was like, I play Dota 2, like a real man. And I was like, oh. So I started playing Dota 2, and I played that for a long time. And then I put like several thousand hours into that on Steam. Stopped playing that. And then I just didn't touch MOBAs for a while until recently. I was like looking for games to play with like my stream community, and it was like, oh, let's play League. And I was like, all right, I'll play League. So I like reinstalled it, played a few games, and I was like, this is pretty fun. I remember why I really liked this back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, still kind of getting my feet for it, but it's been good. It's been fun.
ARAMs are kind of the fun thing to do with communities. Because, you know, it could be like any skill level. It's just like, you get a random champ, and you all go in one lane, and you get your gold and stuff like that, so it's fun. But when I play actual rank, it's just, man, I get, even chat, they'll be like, I've never seen Krendor get this mad. I'm just like, you guys need to buy wards. Not buying wards. I'd be like, alright, well, let's check Sam's score. Okay, looks like he bought 0 wards. Why'd you do that? And then chat will be like, you're one to talk, Krendor. And I'm like, shut up, idiot.
Shut up, idiot. Yeah.
So yeah, it brings out feelings.
Makes me feel a feel.
Maybe that's why I play it. Makes me feel.
Yeah, no. Sometimes I too like to feel. I'm literally Wojak. Or Wojak, whatever his name is.
And so, that's kind of my, like, adrenaline game. But when I want to just chill out, I play WoW.
Yeah. Dude, this guy was mount farming this morning.
I was.
I was like, what are you doing? He's like, just farming some mounts. I was like, oh, nice.
Yeah.
So I watched him for a minute. He didn't get any mounts.
I didn't get any mounts.
I laughed at him.
He did. So it's one of those things where right before BFA came out, I don't know why, but I was like, I like mounts.
Yeah.
And so I was like, what are some easy ones to get? And so I started looking at easy to get mounts, and I started getting them, and I'm like, yo, this is kind of cool. Now I got like new mounts to ride, and I was like, what if I go get some more mounts? And then I just became addicted to mount farming. That's why people were like, Krendor, you're still playing BFA? And I'm like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm not playing like actual BFA. I'm just trying to find mounts.
Yeah, dude.
So that's all I do now. And people come in the stream like, hey, Krendor Covenant you going? And I'm like, I don't know.
What'd you say? Oh, yeah.
I don't even know what the Covenants are. I'm like going into it and I'm like, I'll figure it out. And then, you know, I'm not like metagaming it. I already come in last place in DPS.
There you go. That's right. So you rage the hardest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coming last, but you're like, man,
Come
everyone
on,
else is a
guys,
fool.
pick it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, hold on.
A true WoW player. Yeah, I canceled my BFA pre-order. I'm not going to play it, I don't think.
Oh, man.
Yeah, because I was like, I mean, aside from Torghast, I was like, this doesn't really look that interesting to me. So I don't know if I want to pay like $60 for it. So I was like, I think I'll hold off. Because BFA was also BFA.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, yeah, let's wait to see how it turns out.
Yeah.
And then if everyone's like, this is amazing, I'll be like, okay, I guess I'll check it out.
Yeah, just wait and see.
Yeah, but if everyone's like, this is ass, I'll be like, okay, I guess I won't play this. I'll play something else. Play some Lord of the Rings online.
Woo!
Yeah, dude.
Me, I'll be farming mounts.
Yeah, dude. It'd be like, everyone's like level, like, what is it, like level 60 or whatever?
Yeah.
Everyone's like level 60 and you're still like level 50 farming mounts.
Oh, no, I'm getting level 60 because then I can go do Legion stuff easily. And BFA stuff and get those mounts.
This is truth.
That's actually one of the main reasons I want to do that. And I'm like, I'll level this and or my Horde and my Alliance character, and I can get mounts on both sides.
Yeah, dude.
Genius.
I like it.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. See, like for me, like when I play WoW, so I'm like an enigma when it comes to World of Warcraft. Like you have to understand.
All right.
Like I don't really like play WoW for like the mounts or the gear or anything. Like that's nice. I mean, sure, you know, I get gear and I raid and I do PvP.
All right.
But that's not why I play it. I play it to roleplay with people, and not roleplay like what you're thinking. Like, you know, being like, yes, Don Verily, yonder sooth, yonder druids. Like, I'm not like that. I roleplay with people. Like, I go on a PvP realm, and then I'll, like, walk up to a random person and be like, greetings, fair traveler. It is I, Aurelgon, son of Dursot. Like, I come from the lands of Durotar. I'm like a level 1 orc shaman. Like, what is your name? And they'll be like, idiot. And then just run away. Or sometimes I scare them and they log out because they don't know what to do.
Yeah, exit game.
Let's see. You got like a, let me look at your things. You got Abaddon Black there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you got some Nocturne Green.
You got green, you got purple green, you got your Death Corpse drab, your
Green.
Stellan green, your browns, your iron.
Iron Warriors. Let's check this one out.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
I've done my highlights. Now I want to do some dark areas.
Nice.
This paint, I don't know what you did to that one, but that one's a pain. It's like a bunch of like, it's like all leaking out the back and stuff.
Oh yeah, I think I messed that one up.
Yeah, I'm like trying to open it. Oh wait, let me shake it.
Yeah, shake it up.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I just like, I don't know. I just like have always played MMOs to like interact with people and like talk to them. And then like people will be like, dude, you're not max level yet. I'm like, yeah, I'm just taking my time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just having a good one.
Yeah. And really, you just play the game you want, how you want.
Exactly. Like I actually used to roleplay back in the day, but I was a PvPer, a PvEer, a role player, a machinimator. I've done it all, man.
Huh.
Some of these are issue like keeping them open.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them are kind of
Like,
yeah. You gotta. There you go.
There we go. I gotta do like 2 hands here.
Yeah, yeah.
Just gotta mix that. Here we go.
Yeah. Let's see.
How's your guide coming out?
Pretty good. It's all like shiny up top.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah. And I gotta do his headpiece here.
You're doing a great job.
Thanks.
Alright, let's see. Where do I want to do you?
Let's see here. The gold again. Some of the bigger models take a long time just to paint, just because there's so much area to cover.
I've never painted a big model before. I've only painted like the little guys. I would like to paint a big guy at some point. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, like this guy I got over here.
Yeah, like that thing. What the heck even is that?
This is a Maw Crusher. It's essentially like a big bulldog dragon. And then he gets ridden on by this orc war boss. So he goes like, whoop, and he just stands up here and he's like, whoa, and he rides him around.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
But it takes a while to paint. It took me like an hour just to get one coat of paint all over him.
Yeah, if you guys were in this room, you would see that he's got like a million models like built,
Yeah.
primed, but he hasn't painted them yet. Or
Yeah.
they're like half painted.
Yeah, some are half painted, some are just prime. It's some are just built and not primed.
Yeah.
And I've hit a point where I'm like, I need to just paint a lot of these.
Yeah.
So
Well, at least now you have the YouTube channel to kind of motivate you.
yeah, so it was nice.
People watching and supporting.
Yeah, so I just turn on the camera and be like, hey, I'm painting.
Mm-hmm.
And people can talk about the stuff they're painting too. So I like to see what other people are painting or hear about it. Or people be like, I'm painting my Space Marines as I watch you paint.
What would you say, based on the comments that you've read, what is your community's favorite Warhammer fantasy race?
I feel like the most generic answer is like Space Marines. I feel like most people like Space
fantasy.
Marines. Oh, fantasy.
Yeah.
I'd say it's actually a lot of people like Lizardmen.
Really?
Yeah, like more than I thought. It was one of the most popular Warhammer races. I guess because they've also been around a long time too.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I've never
Lot
played a
of-
lizard boy.
Yeah, they're pretty neat. A lot of people like Skaven.
Yeah. I have seen them.
Yeah. What else do people like? A lot of people like Stormcast. They're essentially the Space Marines of fantasy.
Okay.
What else? I guess those are the main ones.
Aside from lizard men, what are your favorites?
My second favorite is Beasts of Chaos, which makes me sad because all their models are also old, and I'm like, please, Games Workshop, update those models, just like my other favorite models. Everything I like is just, they have old models. I'm like, please. I like orcs a lot too.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of orcs. I don't like humanoid, I don't like humans, you know what I mean? Like, in WoW, I don't make a human. I don't play like Space Marines or Stormcast or anything. I like weird humanoid creatures, like these are lizard humans, or these are beast humans, or these are orcs.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you play a human in real life, so I mean, I understand.
yeah, exactly. So I'm like, I want to do something different.
Yeah. No, I get you, man. I get you.
But I get some people are just like, I kind of want to, you know, maybe they want to self-insert, or maybe they just like being the good guys and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's cool.
Nice.
Here we go. And,
I'm getting all focused here.
yeah. I'm gonna paint some more on this golden sun orb thing. In the game, these Bastiladons are actually really strong with their sunbeams. So they essentially like sit back and they use this laser crystal and just blast stuff.
Oh.
And if it's a demon, it does like double damage.
Oh. Yeah, because like the lizard men are like angels.
Yeah, they're like the good demons essentially. So like angels, they just see chaos and they just blast them and they're like, woo!
It's weird.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
I love it. Let's see. So I'm kind of in the zone right now.
I feel
So
that.
that's the one thing about painting is you just kind of like get into it.
Yeah. Sometimes after a while, I'll just not talk as much, and I'm like, eh.
Yeah, we can talk about fall some more. Tell me about fall. Why does it drop the leaves?
I don't know why. Well, I mean,
That was a Dark Knight Rises joke.
oh, I didn't know that.
Okay.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
Oh.
I mean,
You don't.
Why does it drop the leaves? Just the trees, like the leaves start dying because it gets cold, right?
I mean, I don't know. I don't speak leaf. Did you know that trees actually like scream when they're like cut? Or well, not just trees, but plants.
I have heard that.
Yeah, they actually like cry out when they're like damaged. It's like to like other trees. They like scream in like a sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Like a sort of frequency.
Warning?
Yeah, like it's like a little frequency they send out.
Huh.
And like the other trees will like hear it and be like, whoa. So like the point is like if you're a vegan, you're actually hurting the plant. You know, it's literally screaming like as you're like eating it, like picking it out of the ground. You should be ashamed of yourself. Yeah.
Wow.
That's right. But you just don't speak plant. That's why you don't hear it.
That is true.
But it's there. What is your favorite plant?
My favorite plant.
Favorite plant?
I really like desert types of plants, but I only like them in the desert usually.
Okay.
But I also like just the typical like oak tree or something like that.
I thought you liked fake plants.
I do like fake plants.
He likes fake plants.
I
Everybody.
love fake plants. I have fake plants like everywhere.
They're everywhere.
There's one behind you. There's
Yeah.
one here. I got two there. I just like having green.
Yeah.
So it's just like something alive, even if it's not alive.
Yeah. No, I've got a bunch of fake plants in my house.
Nice.
I love them. I get them from IKEA. I don't know if you've ever been to IKEA before.
No, I've never been to that place.
Yeah, it's alright. It's like
Yeah.
it's like Sweden, but it's like not Sweden. You know, but like everything's in Swedish, and like you feel cultured when you go there. You're like, wow, like svenska, like cool.
How do I want to paint that? Oh wait, maybe I'll use Runelord Brass.
Where'd your guy go? Oh, there he is. He's over there.
Yeah, he went over here.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I'm just letting him dry.
Neat. Do you have any ghosts that live in your house? Since it's like, you know, spooky time. It's like Halloween.
I don't. Do you?
Maybe. Maybe. Sometimes I hear things,
Oh.
you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel things, you know.
This guy's crazy.
Dude, my friend met Bigfoot. I too have met things.
Oh yeah. No, it's
I have met many things in my life.
I've always heard like stories of haunted places, but I've never actually like seen a haunted thing really.
Dude, a long time ago, me and Crendor were doing like a podcast or something, and we said that like if he ever like came down to where I lived in North Carolina, we were gonna go ghost hunting. Remember?
Oh yeah.
There was gonna be like a collaboration video.
I do remember that.
Hey, we're gonna ghost hunt. We gotta do that.
Yeah.
I'll find like I'll look around and I'll see if I can find like an abandoned building like out in the woods or something. Be like, let's go go out there at like 2:00 in the morning.
All right.
Great. Find like a homeless guy in there, like sleeping in like a bunny outfit.
Is that a ghost?
Yeah, for my one friend Ben one time, he for whatever reason wanted to buy a bunny outfit off of Craigslist. Oh yeah, it was for Halloween. So he started looking for bunny outfits, like an Easter bunny costume.
Hmm.
And he found one, and he was like, yeah. So he contacted the dude, and the guy was like, yeah, just like meet me at this place, and I'll give you my bunny outfit. So he met up with him at like this like shopping center, and it was like this homeless dude. And he gave him this like bunny outfit, and it was like there was like pee stains on it.
Jesus.
Looked like he'd been like sleeping.
Oh my god.
So it was like the bunny outfit just kind of became like a meme like between us. Like, oh dude, the bunny outfit.
Cool.
I love bunny outfits. I think my guy's turning out pretty good.
Yeah, he's looking cool.
I'm just doing like a ton of highlights on him, like bring out the silver in the dark areas.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I'm kind of like a the highlight fetishist.
I mean, highlights are neat.
Yeah, I like really making that contrast, you know?
Yeah, I like that too. My problem is I always like base coat stuff, and then I'm like, I gotta base coat something else, and I always feel the need to just keep base coating.
Yeah.
And then once I actually get to the highlight part, I'm like, I could highlight, I gotta base coat something else.
Yeah, this is why it takes me so long to like paint something, because I'm just like, I'm really particular. I'm a perfectionist. I don't know if you are, but
It depends.
I've always been a perfectionist.
I have like a weird thing, like I'm a perfectionist at certain things, and then other things I just don't care.
Like what? What do you not care about?
Like, I don't know, it can be something as easy as like, I want to paint, like I'm just gonna paint this guy, and I'll be like, blah, 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 and then I'll try painting a different guy, and I'm like, this spike has to be correct.
Yeah.
But then I'll paint some other guy, and I'm like, blah, 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 blah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so it's like it's like selective perfectionism. Or like I'll make a video, and like it's all like sloppily edited and everything, and I'm like, just throw some this in here and this in here, and then I get to one part, and I'm like, that voice doesn't sound correct. I need to reshoot it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. So it's kind of that mixture of like half-assed editing combined with me still caring a lot about it. And I think that's what got me to where I am today.
Yeah.
Just a good blend of I don't care and I care a lot.
Yeah. Listen, you don't want to be, you gotta work smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
Sometimes working smarter is working less.
It's true. I was told people that where, it's kind of a weird analogy, but
It's like a banana.
it's like, let me paint this bit. It's like if you're farming and you're like, I'm just gonna be the best farmer around. You just start watering the dirt and like tilling the soil and like doing everything, and then someone's like, where's your crops? And you're like, oh no, I'm just doing it. I'm tilling the soil, I'm watering everything. And then you're like, did you plant the seeds? And they're like, oh, I gotta plant seeds. Like sometimes if you don't got all the steps correctly, you're just doing hard work for no reason.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
it does make sense.
Yeah.
I've made his back darker than the front, so it's like, see, like his front is real shiny.
Oh, yeah.
But then like the back is more shadowed.
Ooh.
So it's like the light source is in front of him.
I
I'll show
see.
the camera. Focus. All right, so you see the front is all shiny,
Yeah.
but then he's like the back is a bit darker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I like it.
sexy. All right, let's do some green on him.
Nice.
Believe it or not, I'm speed painting
Wow,
because I don't know how long we're recording for.
How are we at? We're at 58 minutes. Oh my god.
Oh my god,
We'll probably do
this video's way too long.
like 5-10 more minutes.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
And I better hurry up. I gotta put these green highlights in.
Hurry it up.
I will. Calm down. Do you ever listen to like music while you do this? And if so, what kind of music?
Normally I listen to like videos or streams when I do this. But honestly, the main time I listen to music is just when I go to the gym.
Yeah. Who's your favorite band? Spoil it. Reveal it to the world.
I mean, I don't really have a favorite band. Bland?
Bland.
I like EDM, and so I like a lot of electronic music.
What does EDM even stand for? I have no idea.
Electronic dance music.
Ah.
Yeah. And so it's all the wub-wubs. And there's different types of EDM.
Dubstep.
Yeah, there's dubstep, there's techno, there's trance, there's big room. So I like the big room because big room, and it's with the big room is like big drops essentially. So it's the music where it's like burp, 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 and it builds up, and it's like burp, 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 burp. That's what I like lift my weights to. So I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So I like that a lot, and I feel like it gives me energy. As a person who doesn't have a lot of energy,
Okay.
it just helps me to like bring it out and be like, yeah, and then, because nobody expects, it's kind of like in the movies Utopia where the sloth drives a really fast car. That fast car for me is my EDM music.
Yeah. Hold on. I have to do his eyes. I have to be really
Oh, yeah.
really precise here.
Can't mess that up.
Can't even afford to let myself blink.
It's kind of like when you're in a game sniping, you gotta hold your breath, keep it steady.
Yeah, it'd be like that. Got the first eye done.
Nice.
Okay. Shh, quiet.
Okay.
Gotta focus.
Shh.
I hate doing eyes.
It is pretty
I'm
annoying.
always so scared. And I always am like, man, why didn't I just switch to a smaller brush? And then I'm like, that'd be too easy.
That would be too easy.
Way too easy. Why am I a filthy casual?
Well, that. Redo this guy's spear.
Here we go. Eyes done. What else could be green on this dude? Let's see.
It's a good question.
Let's see. I've never actually painted a Necron before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've just only ever done Space Marines.
Huh.
I feel like his ribs could be green, but I'm kind of scared to get in there with this paint.
It's different. You like dry brush, but dry brushing takes a while to learn.
Yeah.
It's not like, here, just pick up dry brush. And some people are like, dude, it's so easy, but like, a lot of it's getting the right amount of paint and not like overdoing it. And then you gotta like build up layers, so it's like, it takes time to get used to it like anything.
Yeah. I'm just putting some green highlights on his ribs.
Ooh. Keep going with this silver stuff.
As if he's got like a green power core.
Yeah. There is like a, what's it called? Tesseract glow, which is one thing you can do for like his gun. But
that's a thing from Avengers.
really?
Remember the Tesseract? It was like the blue thing.
Oh, was it? Oh, I didn't know it was called a Tesseract.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hand over the Tesseract.
it's a paint type, and you like paint the Necron areas you want it to be green white, and then you wait for it to dry, and then you paint it the Tesseract glow, and it makes it all like neon-y green.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I've never done that before.
it's a newer paint.
I don't play a lot with greens. I'll tell you one thing that I would love to paint. I would really, really, really like to paint some, what are they called? Oh gosh. Black Templars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That would be cool.
Why do you like them?
Because they're Templars, and they're like crazy zealots, and so they're awesome.
Fair
Just,
enough.
All they do is just patrol around and find the slightest sniff of heresy, and then just wipe you out for it. They even have like the smallest suspicion that you're a heretic, you're gone.
I like
so many humans, it's not even a big deal. It's just like, whatever. Just another dude.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, let me sure.
See what there is. What about it?
A little bit of that, a little bit of this.
There we go.
Could you imagine if we finished and you were like, okay, that's enough, and it was like, okay, that was fun having done all this painting, and you were like, oh, I didn't hit the record button. I'd be like, oh.
Yeah, I could imagine that.
Has that ever happened to you before?
Yes. Well, maybe not hitting the record button. Well, actually, yeah, sometimes I've not hit record. But even just like using the wrong microphone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or I record and then there's like a weird buzz that I need to like unplug and replug the microphone in for, and I'm just like, so I'm like, oh, finally, I'm done. And then I look at it and I'm like,
God damn it.
huh, okay, great.
How does it make you feel?
It makes me feel mad.
Yeah.
My Like I want someone to go to Denny's and then they order a Grand Slam breakfast and it's a ground rule double.
No idea what the hell you're talking about.
Exactly.
Grand Slam double.
Grand Slam double. Yeah. There we go.
You know, on Necrons, it's like I have to like look at some. I mean, I've never painted one before, so it's like I need to like see like what other people have done because it's like.
Oh yeah.
I feel like they're like the easiest like race to paint. Silver.
You can probably, I painted mine bronze.
Did you? Oh, that would
Yeah.
be cool. Yeah, bronze Necron. Or like
Yeah.
maybe like I don't know if you had like a rust, but like putting like rust on him would be cool.
Yeah, I've got like, I think you can make rusty stuff. I made like a rusty orc armor, so I know it's possible. Plus a lot of people I think have done rust.
Yeah. Yeah, rust would be cool. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
You used your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. A lot of times with like all these guys, it's just you paint them the base paint, and you're like, all right, and then it's a lot of just little details, like up he's got a little bracelet, or like up he's got a weird little tail armor thing, or up he's got a little like thing here, and you gotta just keep finding more things to paint.
Yeah, that's how I was doing it with like his gun and his eyes and stuff.
Yeah.
Probably won't be able to tell, but
It's like the Terminator.
yeah, but he's green.
Yeah.
I think I can leave my guy where he's at, because if we go into like rust and stuff, I mean, I don't know how long I'll be working on this guy.
Oh yeah.
I don't want
No,
the video
they're
to be
good.
too long.
Yeah, we're already over an hour now, so I mean,
Yeah, dude.
let's show off what we've done.
All right. And then
So-
you guys can vote in the comments who did a better job.
All right.
Although your model was already like half painted.
Yeah.
So just pretend
So
his
the
model
big
wasn't.
thing.
Yeah.
Big thing is this guy. All right, there he is. Doot, doot, doot. He's got his shiny thing up top there with the gold and the bronze. And the skinks aren't painted, but pretend they are.
Okay.
Ooh, very shiny.
Yeah, you mostly did the thing at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I painted all my like gold things. Like he's got his gold flag, gold banner here he's carrying. Like, wow. I painted a lot of gold today. A lot of gold.
And I did silver.
I'll get it up close.
Oh, can focus that close?
Yeah.
Wait.
If I do
Gotta do the hand technique.
oh,
Yeah.
there he is. In fact, let me oh,
Whoa. Look at that.
do a little light there. Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah. Then you can turn him around.
Yeah.
Yeah. See how he's darker in the back?
Oh yeah.
Because the light source is in the front.
That is cool.
That's so
Oop,
wise.
there it is. Wow, that's crazy.
That's crazy. Vote for me.
All right, well,
All right.
thank you for joining me on this special edition of Warhammer painting.
Yeah, dude, no problem. Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Warhammer Krendor.
That's right here.
Yeah, dude.
And
Subscribe.
where are you? Where can people find you?
You can just type in Nixxiom on YouTube or Twitch or wherever. It's Nixxiom. Nixx. You'll find me. Not Nixon. Not President Nixon. Nixxiom.
Nice.
It's like a pill. Like one time I was talking to some people and I was like, yeah, I do like internet stuff. I'm like, cool, what's your name? I was like, I'm Nixxiom. Like, wow, that sounds like a pill you take to fall asleep. And I was like, yeah.
Try Nixxiom today.
Yeah, try Nixxiom today.
All right.
Consult your doctor first.
Well, thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah, dude.
And,
I'll be back.
yeah.
Yeah, dude, we'll do some more.
Yeah. Oh, I need to. This is when I get up and then I gotta shut off.
Oh, yeah.
This